Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy October. Today is actually the second Tuesday of the month. So when it's payday, it will be bonus Tuesday. I know last week a lot of people were like, wait, wasn't this week second Tuesday? Well, because the first was on a Wednesday, it kind of made everything fall weird. So no, that is today and so very excited. Um, Pat yourself on the back if you're getting a bonus. Pat yourself on the back if you're showing up for this Zoom because that means you're learning how to continue to grow in this business. So last week we did back from Maria's mountain retreat in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. That was an amazing time. You heard from uh, Jackie and Siobhan and Judy and myself about, one, what was it like? But two, what we're implementing, what we learned, what we relearned, what we took away, and what we're digging into now. So I wanted you to hear from Kourtney and Katie and hear their takeaways, what they're doing different or whatever. Because I will tell you one thing for me and why I still get on Zooms and calls and I go to events and all the things is because I'm not done yet. I know that I don't know everything. I'm not the smartest person in the room and I never will be because I always want to be better. I want to grow more and surrounding yourself with people with the knowledge or the do and the how are they doing it? What are they doing? I will always continue to grow. So that was what was great for me about the retreat was that I got to like sit right next to Kourtney. I was like, tell me all your things. What are you doing? Getting to learn from each other. So I can't wait for y'all to hear from them. Katie, do you want to go first?
I can. Can you
I
hear, can you hear me? No?
Yeah, and we'll go back and forth. But kind of like just what was your full takeaway on the retreat, and then what are you doing or implementing since getting back?
So I think the biggest thing for me, honestly, and I have this epiphany like every single time. Sorry, I'm trying to like set up my phone stand. Every single time I'm around other leaders, I have this epiphany every time is how differently we all work our business. Because I feel like so often we see someone like Amber or Kourtney or myself or Siobhan or Susan, and we're like, oh, look how she's doing it. I need to emulate exactly what she's doing. And then what works for one person might not work for the other person, right? And so just seeing how differently every single person worked their business. Kourtney had her laptop, and I'm like, I can't tell you the last time I worked on my computer. Like every morning she's there with her laptop, and I'm like, I literally only use my computer for Zooms. And so just how differently we all do it. I got, some of Susan's verbiage for samples, which was amazing. And I actually got back to the basics during that weekend. And I've said this before, but every single time I notice a personal decline in my own business, my own PPA, my own enrollments, it's usually correlated to samples. Like, when's the last time I got a sample out? When's the last time I got Thrive in someone's hands? And so I have to have that moment myself every couple of months. I'm like, okay, when's the last time you got a sample out? When's the last time you plugged somebody into our customer group or our potential promoter group? And so I really focused. I got back to the basics that weekend after talking to Susan, because Susan, between all the accounts that Susan runs, she's at like 300 cab. Like, it's crazy, this woman. And she goes, I'm just sampling. Like, I'm getting samples out. I'm getting samples into anybody that will take one's hands. And so I did that weekend. I think I got out like 9 or 10 samples within like a 24-hour period. And those people now have gotten them. They're on them. They're trying them. They're loving them. And I also set them up just the other day before the promo was over. I waited. Normally, whenever I get a sample out, I get their free account right away because I want them in the system right away. But I knew that we had that $50 credit promo. So I waited until the very last day because I didn't want them to have their credits expire before they even got their sample in the mail. So I waited till the very last day, and I created them their free accounts, told them about their $50 in credits, and 2 of the 8, I think it was 8, have ordered so far. Not all of them are going to order. It is a numbers game. I just want to encourage you guys too. If you're seeing like, oh, so and so enrolled 10 people or so and so enrolled 20 people, well, yeah, but so and so talked to 200 people. Like, it's not that they're closing every single person that they're talking to, it's that they're just talking to a shit ton of people. Like, Susan gets samples out every single day, gosh, hundreds of samples. She's sending samples to everybody. And not every single one of them are ordering. So if you see someone that's mass enrolling, ask yourself, how many people have they talked to? So that was a big thing as well, talking to Susan about that. She was like, I talked to hundreds of people and follow up with hundreds of people to hit, just cab 10 or cab 20. So that was cool I knew that, but it was like a nice reminder.
Okay, say that again, because I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, how are all these people hitting cab?" And that's the key, what you just said. Say that, just that part again.
Said a lot of things. Okay.
Talk to
it's
hundreds.
it's a numbers game. Like, you might see someone who hits 20 cab and you're like, okay, well, I've talked to 20 people and I didn't hit 20 cab. Well, that person that hit 20 cab talked to 100 people. Right. And they didn't get hung up. I said this on the Zoom yesterday, the mashup Monday. They didn't get hung up on the sale. Never chase the sale, always chase the conversation. That is something that I have lived by. If you are chasing the sale, you're going to be beating a dead horse, waiting for the same 5 people. Oh, I'm waiting for my aunt to order. I'm waiting for my cousin to order. I'm waiting for my sister's cousins, best friends, boyfriends, nephew to order, whatever. You're going to be waiting on these people forever. And so I'm having so many conversations that if someone ghosts me, someone doesn't order, someone says they will, then they don't. Like, I don't even have the time of day to even worry about that, because I'm focusing on the next person that does order. So to hit 20 cab, you're going to have to talk to 50, 60, 70 people. Don't look at someone who's got a 20 PPA and think that the first time, on the first exposure, the first conversation, day one of their sample, that all 20 people ordered, because that's not the case.
Yes,
Ooh,
exactly.
Can I say,
Kourtney.
can I say something to that? So I've enrolled quite a few people since we got back. And Katie, like, I just want to say this really quick. Bear with me, you guys. Okay. I want to say this so that you can like hear it. I've enrolled, let's say, 12 people. Okay. My cab's at 24. I'm proud of that. That's high for me. However, I want to say this really quick. Left on red, ordered, left on red, 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 hasn't read it, left on red, 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 ordered, um, ordered, left on red, thumbs up me, left on red, 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 left on red. So I could keep going. More times than not, exactly what Katie's saying is people like they're going to order in their time, chase the conversations. I get so excited to wake up and to post that before and after or whatever it is now that's going to generate these conversations because I don't view that as a loss. I view that as a win in my potential list. And I always want names on my potential list. If I just get someone in the system and that's it, then I'm not talking to enough people. My potential list should be way longer than my list of people I'm enrolling, or I don't have anyone in my funnel. And so, don't let that discourage you. And yes, it's absolutely a numbers game. Katie, I love that you said chase the conversation, not the sale. That's so good. Okay, I'll be quiet. Go back to you.
Well, I think Amber wanted to say something, but she's like totally gone now. I don't know where she went. That was honestly the biggest thing. There she is. Hi, Amber.
I wanted y'all to talk. I just had to grab something.
Okay, you're good. Kourtney, did you want to share like a takeaway? Because that was kind of my big thing, was just how differently everyone works, and then getting back to the basics. We
Yeah.
try the wheel, and it's like, no, I'm gonna do what worked for me when I started. Like, that worked. Why change? Why fix what's not broken?
Yeah, I wrote down find your strength, find your growth points, And then what can you let go of? So we went around the room and we talked about like what our strengths were. And I think it's super important to know what your strength is, to know where you want to grow, and then to know where you're not going to waste your time, because you don't have to be good at everything. Like, I don't have to have TikTok mastered and YouTube shorts mastered and like all of these things mastered. I can work in my power zone, and then also learn. I would be open for growth, but also not trying to chase and be like a million other people. What do I say to people who left me on red? I'll follow back up with them in a few days and just literally say, hey girl, circling back to you. Those were people that had said that they wanted info about my hair growth protocol, and I sent it to them, and then they didn't say anything back, and then I'll just go back to them and say, hey girl, I'm circling back to you. Simple as that. um so the I'm gonna just read my notes. Excitement builds excitement. What are you excited about? Get around people who are excited. If you focus on anything else. Like, I had someone ask me today, like, can you motivate me? Or can you give me some words of motivation? And I get like where we can inspire you and we can share with you, but no, I truthfully cannot motivate someone past the point of their own motivation. I cannot motivate you to go out and make a paycheck past your own needs. Like, that's on you. And so who are you surrounding yourself with? Is probably one of the most important things you'll do in this business. And I think about like, if I'm allergic to peanuts, I don't want them anywhere around me, right? I'm not effing with that. I'm not taking a chance, like no chance in hell, right? That's how I view negativity. Like, we were around so much positivity, and it's not fake. Like, we talked about our hard, we talked about our obstacles, but you have to really take inventory of where are you spending your time and what are you letting in your mind. This industry um requires conviction and focus. And so literally I just, if it doesn't serve my future self, if it doesn't serve where I want to go, it doesn't get my attention. One thing I always say is, would I trade lives with Susie or bank accounts with Susie? And if the answer is no, I don't put her in the you suck pile, but I put her in the, okay, not in my field of vision, right? Like, I have my eyes set on women that I want to trade lives with, not really, but you know what I mean, that I would trade lives or bank accounts with, because that's who I want to be like. So I don't get distracted with the bullshit. Remember your why. That is like what network marketing 101 is, remember your why, and it should change. Know your people's why. Another thing that you might want to write down is, this quote was said about something completely different, but I took it and wrote it to apply to network marketing, okay? You can't be chest deep in distractions and knee deep in your purpose. Okay, you cannot be up to here with distractions and doubt and whatever it may be, and only knee deep in your purpose. You've got to remember your purpose, you've got to remember your why, and you've got to stay crystal clear in your conviction. Another thing is to set daily and weekly goals. There were so many girls at the retreat that were like, I want to hit this before I go to bed. And I know Cassandra was my roommate, and every night she's like, okay, I want to do this before I go to sleep. And I'm like, I want to do this before I go to sleep. And there was one night we laid there and we laid there, and I wanted cab 10 before I went to sleep, and I fell asleep at cab 9. And we woke up and giggled because the girl ordered, and she like emptied her cart out before she ordered what I thought she was going to order. And she ordered $100 worth of stuff. And Cassandra's like, did that girl order? And I'm like, she did, but it wasn't enough. But she's like, you'll get it before lunch today. And so just having those small goals to like drive yourself, I love that. Um, what is your latest before and after? You cannot just have a before and after from 6 years ago. You really need to focus on what is your current transformation that you are taking your audience on. Is it something visible? Is it something emotional? Is it something monetary? Are you chipping away at paying off X amount of debt? Are you working on growing your hair out like I am? Are you like, what is it? Are you working on better sleep? So you're showing your aura ring score every single day. What transformation journey is your audience currently on with you? And if you're like, ooh, they're not, I encourage you start with a detox. That's the easiest one to start with. Start with the detox. 10 days long, you're gonna have a banging before and after from those 10 days. Start there, but you should always be taking your audience on a journey of what's coming next. So they wake up every day and they know what they're going to your page for. Um, that's all I got, Amber, written down. I don't know if you have any questions.
Okay, so I want to chime in on what you're talking about, who you surround yourself with. I want y'all to think about this, like that if you know me, you know I'm such a visual person. I'm all about analogies. But when you think about fruit, like okay, like a bucket of strawberries or a basket of strawberries from the store, one bad strawberry. That strawberry will literally poison the rest of the strawberries and they all go bad so fast. But if you can get that one bad strawberry out of the bunch and throw it away, the rest of the strawberries do not go bad as quickly. So do you know what I'm trying to say? Like that is when you get rid of the negativity or the distractions and maybe you're the one good strawberry left in the whole bad bunch, pull yourself out of it and see that you're not going to be rotten and nasty and negative like the rest of it. Just really there's so many distractions and I'm one of those people that this was hard for me to learn, but gosh, I'm so glad I did. I'm such a scrappy person. I know everybody thinks I'm super nice and sweet, but I'm such a scrappy person. Like if you mess with my friends, you mess with something I love or I care about, I'm fighting. I go in protective mode, I go in defensive mode, and I used to feel like I had to show that, right? Like that defense, like, no, these people are wrong. What they're posting around is that no, you lead with what your product has, what it's doing for you. I always love the whole Nike doesn't trash Reebok. Nike just goes and sells their shoe and their product and shows you why it's so great and how their athletes are amazing, right? Apple doesn't trash Samsung or other Androids. They literally just show people loving their freaking iPhone. And like that's focus on you and what you have and don't worry about what others are doing or what others are saying. You don't have to prove anything wrong. I will tell you in the very beginning of this, and I thought it was so great, and I'm so glad I learned this from Maria. When somebody would say, well, hey, I've got a girl that she wants to know how does this compare to XYZ product. And Maria'd say, I don't know about that product, but what I know is what Thrive is doing. What I know is I sleep better. That quick little blurb. So I have never tried to compare myself or my product to another company or to another brand because I just share what we have here, what it's doing. And because there is no comparison, first of all, but when you truly just focus on what this can do for you. Okay, Kourtney, let's talk collagen bundle. That's obviously all the buzz right now. And guys, I know somebody said, oh, it's because there's all these peptides around. Well, no, it's because we're freaking growing hair. Like, we're not trying to talk about our collagen bundle because of somebody else. We're talking about our collagen bundle because of what it's doing. So while we were
Yeah.
at this retreat, yeah, so
Amber
I,
knows. Like I reached out to Amber because I know she's a hairdresser, like by trade, and I was like, Amber, my hair's falling out. And she's like, brush like this, do like this. And I got on a collagen protocol because I was embarrassed. Janie, if y'all know, she's my old assistant, one of my best friends, and she flew in. And I was like, look at my hair. And she's like, holy shit. Like, she even texted me yesterday and goes, I can't believe how much your hair has grown in. Like, it was bad. And I said, I know. It was really, really like bad. All through here was like completely bald and like so much is growing back in. And so I, I was like, why am I not sharing this? You know, like I share my detox, I share my weight loss, and this is a very personal, emotional journey for me. And a lot of other women are struggling with hair loss too. And so I also talked to Elise, and she put me on like how like a protocol of like what I should take with our products. And so I've just been sharing that before and after. Simple as that. I have had some pictures and I don't know like how it all unfolded. I was at Amanda Wigington's house and I was videoing myself curling my hair. I just like to take B-roll footage anytime I can. And I was like, holy crap. Like I had my hair pulled half up and I'm like, it's not just all scalp. I mean, it's still, you know, I got some work to do, but like y'all, it was so freaking bad. And I was like, oh my God, like my hair's growing in. And I was like, I've got to share this. I've got to share this. And so I did. And it just like took off. And like I can't agree with what Amber is saying enough is like I am not in competition with anybody else but myself. Literally, I'm just not. And I'm not like I don't view it like that. I view that there's enough success for everyone to go around. And I know that I've worked really, really hard to build trust with my audience. And so actually, Kourtney, are you someone that messaged me too? Did me and you talk? Yeah, so like even other thrivers are messaging me and I'm like I'm not like, "Hey, come and order." I'm like, "Hey, order this." Like you need to order this. And so your before and after is going to, and whatever journey you're on, it's going to influence way more than just your cab number, right? It's going to motivate your team. It's going to motivate other people in the company. And like, don't think about that thing that you're embarrassed of, like I was with my hair, work on it and share it. I don't know what else you want me to say.
Well, I think too that that's a reminder of like what we were saying about getting around the right people because we were all talking about it in that room. So then you're like, okay, wait, I got to share this because, um, it just kind of came up in conversation. And I think too, for me, I wasn't thinking because I have some growth and I know my hair is thicker than it was and I can feel it and I can see all the new hairs, but I wasn't thinking it was anything mass to like rave about. I didn't have any specific before pictures. But then like after all this, all of us talking this conversation, and then Maria's talking about she's doing this, she's gonna do this challenge and do this protocol. And I was texting her and she's like, you need to go find before pictures. And I was like, I wasn't expecting this hair growth. I wasn't going on a hair growth thing, so I don't really have any. So I kind of just went and found some just regular photos before I started adding the collagen peptides. So for me, y'all, it was the peptides. I added those into my shake every single day. Every single day. I'm so consistent about it. And I've said now, and I'm kind of using this as I'm talking to my audience, right? Is I wish somebody had told me the importance of collagen in my 30s. And so now I'm like, I'm not only talking to the women my age, I want to talk to the women in their 30s because our collagen levels start to deplete late 20s, mid 30s. So like, hey, don't be like me and wait till you're in your 50s to, try to regrow what you were losing. But getting that collagen back in because it's so much with our skin, guys, our skin elasticity. There's a reason that at a certain age, women start to have the whole drooping of the face skin and the jowls and all of that. If you can get your inner collagen, not just topical stuff, but your inner collagen into your body sooner, then your natural collagen is going to replenish itself with the help of like getting on a collagen protocol, right? But anyway, so I was looking at all these pictures And I looked and I was like, holy crap. This one picture, so it was like an Elevate, right? I know what I did to my hair at Elevate. I know how I style my hair, all the things. I used to use a root booster, a thickening lotion, a volumizer spray, everything, and blow dry my hair to get even that little bit of volume. There was zero volume in that photo. And then in the picture I took just last week, my hair, I didn't use any of that. And so you can see the thickness. So I'm showing those photos. And then now I'm adding the hair, skin, and nails capsules because I don't do those. And that's being talked about. So I'm adding those and I've taken new pictures because I want to see what does that do? What does that add? And I'm really getting people asking about the collagen protocol and I'm showing them what we have. And here's the cart. You can pick, and then we'll go from there. Plus, the 30% off is still happening for people that haven't ordered. If they have free accounts and they haven't ordered before October 1st, and if they have ordering accounts and they haven't ordered since June 11th, they get the 30% off. So that's perfect for people messaging about the protocol, right? Like there are things that you can get in and you can say, because like I know Mari and Siobhan, they have extensions and they're saying, hey, I'm going to do this 8-week challenge. They haven't been on it, but they're saying, hey, I'm going to do this 8-week challenge because I want to see what hair growth I can accomplish and maybe cut back on the extensions. So you're going to have people, even though you haven't had experience with the collagen yet, then you're going to have people messaging going, hey, I want to do that with you. That was a whole lot of talk about the collagen. But it's things like that. Like just remembering it doesn't have to be, oh, I don't have this massive before and after weight loss. I don't have so-and-so's, this experience. Y'all, I don't work out, so I don't have a booty like Katie's. Like I don't have those exact things, but I can talk about what is still working for me Thrive-wise. Okay, Kourtney posted her protocol, gummies, HSN, peptides, and Pink Pro. See, and I do the HSN, no, hold on, not HSN. I will say this. I do the HGS patch, and I'm going to tell you, I do believe as we get older, it's a lot of the hair stuff is also hormonal. So I think doing my GLP and part of the HDS is also a part of it. So it's going to depend on your person, it's going to depend on where they're at age-wise and what they need. Yes, keeping it simple. Katie, I do Form and peptides. Yes, and Form is great if you're consistent with it, but right now it's out of stock. So we're working without the Form. Okay, Kourtney, Katie, y'all got anything else to add to everybody kind of running after October? We've got Project X coming.
Yeah, I wanted to say something too off of Kourtney. So Kourtney's been sharing like with her collagen and her protocol. It's like she's perimenopausal. What did you use something? Okay, I can't pronounce it. Big words are hard. Okay, you don't need to be smart to be successful. But for me, my hair loss came postpartum, right? And so notice how she's honing in on what she is going through for her network. She might have people that are also in that same stage of life, or I have people who, that I went to school with who are now having babies, and who might be experiencing that. So when you're sharing, be vulnerable about what you're going through, because if you're trying to talk to everybody, in reality, you're talking to nobody. Same when it comes to the business. Like I want to post to the old me. I want to talk to the old me who was going through what I was going through when I started, or who, their health was where it was when I started, and we're all different. So I want people to read my post and go, oh, I feel like she's talking directly to me. So really kind of making your content relatable in that aspect. But I had notes from what Kourtney said. And I'm always a student. Like I literally have notebooks of stuff. You'll know that about me, is you always see me on Zooms and I'm writing notes, because I just feel like, number one, it's statistic. When you're writing stuff down, it actually sticks, and you remember it better. So make sure that you're taking notes on things. But she said excitement makes excitement. And I know that so many people heard that and they were like, well, I don't have exciting people around me, or I don't have a sponsor, or I don't have an upline, or everyone in my family is negative. So go be the excitement. Go create that excitement. My sponsor's long gone. Her sponsor's long gone, and her sponsor's long gone. Okay. Kourtney's too, right? Amber's is gone. Like, okay, like is Amber's, no, Maria's Amber's.
She's still here.
Mario's still here. Okay. But like so many of us are like, you know, our sponsor's gone or the excitement's gone, or I don't know. So go create it. Your team and the momentum created within your organization, it's only going to be as half as strong as you are. And I'm telling you, when I go into the chats for our team and I'm like, you know, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, all the way up to 10 cab and beyond, everyone's like, oh my gosh, like let's race, or I'm so close, or gosh, you make me want to do more. Like I'm falling behind. I need to catch up. And that creates the excitement. If you don't have the excitement around you, go be that excitement, right? Like Kourtney starts sharing about the terror protocol. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure a lot of her team now is also sharing about collagen, because they're like, she started doing it and it's working. So now I want to do it because obviously it's working for her. And so create that for your team, create that for your community if you don't have it. Motivation is fleeting. Motivation is an emotion. It's a feeling that's not always there, right? Like I don't wake up every single day. Yeah, my why is my children. And my why is my family, and I'm here to help people, but I don't wake up motivated every single day to do that. Like some days I don't want to do anything but veg out on the couch, right? Like I have those days. So don't work your business based on whether or not you're motivated. Action creates results, and the results will create the motivation. And then it's a circle. The motivation will then inspire you to take more action, which will come with more results, which will come with more motivation and more excitement. So start with the action, whether or not you feel like it. You don't call your boss from your 9 to 5 job and go, hey, I don't feel like coming in today, but I still expect a paycheck. I don't feel like coming in today, but like clock me in, so I'm paid anyways. That's not going to happen. You have to show up, even if you don't feel like it. I think that when you work for yourself in a business like this, like, you know, it's so easy to clock in and out when those are the hours you're supposed to work at a job. But when you work at home, it's so easy to go, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it in an hour, or I'll do it later, or I'll do it next time. And it's like, it'll never come. It'll never come. Do it now and be disciplined enough to do it now. Yeah, she's sick. Kourtney is sick, but she has goals, right? So that motivation's fleeting, but the action will make the results, and the results will in turn give you more motivation to continue to take more action. So figure out whatever it is that maybe you've been lacking on. Maybe you haven't been following up. Maybe you haven't been posting the reels. You haven't been sharing in your stories. You haven't been being consistent and growing your network and connecting with new people. Find whatever it is that you know you haven't done in a while. Call yourself out and go get it done today. Take that action and the results will follow. Amber, Kourtney, someone.
Well, and I love, you know, if you know me again, you know, I'm big on talking about self-assessment, you know, like when people say, well, it's not like it used to be, or I'm not getting new customers. I'm like, okay, like I have to do this too. Is dig in and ask yourself, what was I doing when I was seeing the most growth? What am I doing now? Now look between the two. What's not matching up? Where, you know, what am I lacking in? What am I not doing? So I have to share this. I was actually talking to Katie about it. So I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? Can you see that picture? I don't know. Is it glared or can you see it? Okay. So that's my kid on the ground this weekend in a crash. And, you know, looking at that photo, I was thinking, I'm like, he has big goals. And with those big goals has come a lot of on the ground. And he gets back up. Y'all, if you see the video, he literally, not only did he crash, but his whole body did a full somersault. And he sat there and he kind of shook his head. And then he got back up and he got back on the bike. And he finished the race. And I'm like, you know, he keeps taking hit after hit after hit, but he hasn't given up on his goals. He's like, I still want to, I have a goal for a certain, you know, top 20 in the pro level. He's like, this has always been my dream. Broken legs hasn't stopped him. Concussions hasn't stopped him. And I look at that picture and I think, how many people that have come into our business quit when they get a no? How many people quit when they stop, like they don't get enough likes on their post, right? The thing is, like, this kid has no quit in him, and I've said that a lot, and I'm like, I want to be like him. I want to have no quit. I want to continue to look at the nose and go, just shake it off and keep going, you know? So I just wanted, that was really on my heart after getting sent that picture. You know, I was kind of like, geez, he like, I'd have quit. I'm sorry. I would have quit. Like, you hit me in the head, I'm done. But I relate that to this business, and I want to challenge you. Are you shaking it off and pushing through, or are you allowing the hits to take you down? Kourtney, you got anything?
No, I mean, that's really good. I always say the person who goes the furthest gets the bloodiest. Like, it's just part of it. You just decide if you're going to get back up and do it again or not. And I just think it comes with conviction and really, I don't know. I'm so excited. What a time to be a thriver. And I can remember a few months ago, my PA was 1, it's 22 now. Like, this, you just have to constantly go find your joy. You have to constantly go and remind yourself of your why and stick to your guns. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I um I just want to keep growing and going. And I know that there are people out there that have never heard of Thrive. And I know that there are people out there that need what we have. And they could be people that, maybe they tried Thrive 10 years ago and maybe now they don't even need more energy. I mean, they probably do, but whatever. But maybe they just want to grow their hair out. Maybe they just want a heavy metal detox. Like, feeling better and looking better is never going to go out of style. It's just not. It's only going to become, more and more prevalent. So are they going to order from you or are they going to order from someone else? And again, like, do not concern yourself with distractions. It's poison. Period. I know where I'm going. I'm not interested in what's going on Highway 167 when I'm on Highway 5. Like, why? I would crush my car, you know? I know what road I'm on, I know where I'm going, and I know who I'm going to surround myself with. And so I will hear no way more than I will hear yes, and that's just part of it. But I'm here to hear a lot of yeses, so I got to hear a lot of no's. I got to be like Carson, like, I have to fall. I'm gonna fall. Like, period, end of story. I'm okay with that. That to me is like, I always say you don't build strength by lifting like light shit. You build strength by lifting heavy shit. That's how you build your muscles. And so I'm like, bring it on. Like, give it to me. Let's go. Get around people that inspire you and keep yourself motivated and disciplined. That's all I got, Amber.
That is it. I think that's a great way to end this. Katie, did you have anything to add
No, I
for
think
the
that was
week?
pretty much it. I mean, I put it in the chat while you were talking about Carson face planting. I actually read it in my book this morning that was like, a baby doesn't just fall and go, okay, well, I don't think I'm going to walk anymore. Right? Like, they get back up and they fall and they get up and they fall. And like, I'm going to go out swinging. Yeah, people are going to say no to me. Yeah, people are going to leave. Yeah, people are going to turn their auto ships off. Yeah, people are going to order at the last minute and change their order from 150 to 100, and I'm going to want to beat my head against the wall. But I'm not going to put my family's financial future and my kids' future and what I know that this business can do for myself and so many others over my dead body. Will I ever put it in someone else's hands? I work this business for our team, but like, there's not a single soul on this earth that could allow me to throw in the towel from what I know I have. Like Kourtney said, I'm not focused on what someone else is doing or where someone else is going, or you're not going to make me feel inferior. I know what I have my hands on. I know what this business can do. I know what these products can do. And so I'm going to show up with conviction, but also with that excitement. Like, I've always joked, it's like, people will join Kourtney and order from Kourtney and Amber and myself and Siobhan and all the, because you can't tell us nothing. Like you can't, like I can't be swayed, right? And so is your network looking at you going, okay, well, is she 1 foot in and 1 foot out? Why am I going to jump in with both feet when she doesn't have both feet in? Why am I going to entrust my time, my money into joining a business with somebody who disappears Monday through Friday and then only works on the weekend when there's a sale, or who only shows up when there's a credit promo, or who only shows up when there's a bonus attached to it? Like, we show up through every season. And so be that for your people. You can't expect anybody else to give 100% if you're not showing them that you are also here giving 100%. So that was it.
Amen. I'm going to leave those two mic drops right there, from Kourtney and Katie. And I'm going to tell you that, you know, we all get our feelings hurt, but you can't hurt my feelings by talking crap about my product, because I know it works. I know it works. I know the business works. And that's just going to make me go farther and faster, and almost in a, oh, let me show you. Okay. I'm like I said, I'm scrappy. Okay. So Tuesday, it is Tuesday, it's Bonus Tuesday. Punta Cana is coming up. Those of you traveling, I can't wait to see you. Those of you that are back home, please be watching for updates. Keep working your business in the meantime. Keep talking about Project X. Talk about what Thrive is doing for you right now. Oh, we're still in that 4K reset. So, you know, hey, there's still time. We're not even middle of the month. You never know who that next person that comes into your business is gonna just explode and explode your business. So always keep sharing about what we have here, customer promoter, all the things, products and business. And when you keep sharing, you will be surprised what continues to pop up into your inbox. All right, y'all, have a great day. Thank you, Kourtney. Thank you, Katie.